I think you can have fun with a draw and still take it seriously. I think nobody is coming out here and saying, oh, look, you shouldn't try and attract new fans to the League Cup and you shouldn't try and make the draw engaging. But that's not what has happened here. I mean, we've got to a situation where Tottenham have received an official apology from WSL Football because they've been mocked. You know, you heard there, what do we think of Tottenham? That in an official draw, it's not appropriate. And, you know, now one club we know have asked for the full footage of the draw to be released because it's actually not out there. And you can kind of see why, from an official standpoint, that's quite a controversial thing to have out there. It's not just that happened. I mean, we didn't see it in that little cut together, but at one point, GK Barry kind of drops she takes out a ball, she drops it back into the bag accidentally and then pulls it back out again. And we're told that the adjudicator verified that it was the same ball that she pulled back out again. But if that hadn't been the case, the whole draw would have been null and void. So I think there's two discussions here. The first is, you know, about the professionalism of a draw. And I think that criteria wasn't met. It wasn't professional at all. And that should never happen. The second question we ask is it appropriate to have an influencer who clearly knows nothing about women's football doing a draw like this just for the sake of attracting new audiences? And my response to that has to be, when there's so many people who know so much about women's football, it's not really needed.
And when we've got so many household names as well, you think it's such an odd booking, and it's all very well bringing eyeballs to the sport, but you want them to come in the right way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is a problem that's facing a lot of companies who want to increase the attention around women's football. It's how do we do it? How do we organically get fans into the sport, whether those are men's football fans who are migrating over or whether it's completely new fans? Yeah. And it's a hard question because you don't want to just sort of copy the men's game. I think it is a different audience, but also you don't just want to descend to the point where you're like, let's just make it a kind of cultural thing where we get influencers in and get people, because, you know, yes, you can make the argument getting an influencer like GK Barry and makes people watch the draw. And I think a lot of people are aware of this draw because of this has happened. But how many people do you think can actually tell you who has got who in the draw? This is the thing that's been lost.
That is a really good point.